Good morning, YouTube and Facebook. My name is Jeff Blum, the author of the book It's Across the Answer. It is January 19, 2014. And the title of today's 6-minute sermon is The Dream of Water Slides, The Dream of Water Slides. I'm going to postpone doing the sermon on There Are Many Gods until next week, unless I have another dream to share with you. These dreams are important to me, and I hope they're meaningful to you, but it is a part of experiencing God. He does speak through dreams, and I did receive an interpretation of this dream on Saturday morning, almost directly, point for point. I will share this dream with you now. So the dream, it was a long dream. It picked up with an ambulance. Somebody was injured, headed to the hospital as routine. The hospital was very close. I, being anxious, left in front of the ambulance. I saw the ambulance in my rearview mirror, and we were headed to the hospital. But all of a sudden, I felt in my spirit, the Spirit of the Lord said, "No, you're going to exit to the left." Let's use Florida as an example. The exit to the left would have been I-4, and the exit to the right would have been I-75. So I-75 headed to the hospital. I-4 was where God would have me to go. So I was looking north, towards the hospital, at the ambulance, thinking, should I have gone that way? Because sometimes when you walk with God, you do second guess some things, okay? So as I was not paying attention, well, I should have been paying attention to the road, wasn't. All of a sudden, I felt the road in, and I felt water. So I immediately stopped the vehicle, and I was startled. I looked underneath me, and the road had completely ended, and there was water. To the right was a water slide. One you would find in a modern day park, where you sit as a person and you slide down, navigate, snake through an area, and you come out the bottom. I did not see the bottom. I just saw the slide just basically navigate through trees. I'm assuming that particular slide was built around trees, okay? To the left, I saw sort of like big boulders, a mountain, reddish clay, with water going down, but nowhere near as much as the modern day water slide. I thought I could get my vehicle down the mountain. I couldn't, so I walked. I got down to the bottom, and I realized, yes, it was indeed a water attraction, a water ride. I guess the theme was, gold miners of the Western age, or whatever the case may be, because I kept seeing big gold boulders as if it was big, like gold sticking out these walls. So I asked, how do I get down to the bottom? Because I knew I wasn't at the bottom at that point. And they said, continue the ride to the left. And I continued the ride. And it was not plastic, a plastic ride, slide down. It was like ground, and with boulders around it. And I was kind of nervous that I would run into them and get hurt. It wasn't a lot of water, and I didn't think it could hold my weight for me to go down. I thought it was just made for little kids. But it got me down safely, and where it dumped me was in another cavernous area with rocks, gold boulders hanging from the ceiling or out the walls of the ceiling, like you would see in a cave, as if someone bored through a cave. And that was the end of my dream. Now on Saturday, the interpretation came, and what it all boiled down to was a sluice. And what that is a force of water directed that was used during the time when they were doing a lot of heavy gold mining in the West in the earlier years, where they would separate the dirt and debris from the heavy metals or the heavy rocks, where they could sift through easier and pick the gold out. And this is how they sifted for gold, large amounts of gold. Then they used water. That rushing of water is something that is also explained in Malachi 3. In Malachi 3, the Bible speaks of a sluice or a direction of water that is so powerful and directed in the form of a blessing, because when the Bible speaks of water, it's speaking of God. And the Bible calls him the living water. And that direction of blessing, you can't miss. It's directed and pinpointed to a certain area, and it overtakes you. That's what the water flow does. The water flow in the sluice in the old days overtook the dirt and debris and caused it to wash away so that the gold can be revealed. Malachi 3 talks about this blessing. And the interpretation of the dream for me is that what I have invested in the kingdom of God, whether it was financial, time, what I'm doing now, whatever the case, whatever you do for God, is that you don't miss your blessing. You come to it, God shows it to you, and He makes sure that you find your blessing. He directs you personally to it where He has set it up, and then it overtakes you. And that's how you know it's God, because you can't outgive God. I don't know if this is for 2014. These major, I call them major because they've been in the ministry for a long time. They were talking about this specific thing, the sluice, this water slide, modern day, and 2014, and they were extremely excited. And I'm happy. I cannot tell you that this is 2014. I am a practical person, and I just walk by faith every day. And if it is for 2014, I'll share it for you. So look out for 2014 anyway. Look out for water dreams, and pay attention to your dreams, and God will reveal the answers.